We are live.
Yo.
Huzzah.
Hey.
And she shows up.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, told you.
Woo. Hey.
So now we're official.
How are you, Meredith?
I'm hanging in there.
That's good.
Good.
Let me just make sure that my
Let me shut all this off.
Do you like the new hairstyle?
All right.
How you doing,
We're
All right.
good.
Miss Meredith?
hello. It's been a day.
Big Bongo is here.
Yeah, I don't.
Bongo.
This
Big
is all
bongo.
Randy's fault. This is all Randy's fault.
Why?
Big bongo thing. Because I made a joke about an old Barbie doll that my cousin had, and it's one of those talking Barbies,
Right.
and it was corporation trying to make slang.
Oh.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit later today because it's biting another.
Stop
company
trying
in
to
the butt.
make fetch happen.
Right, and they tried to make Big Bongo happen.
No.
And they were like, hula hoops for Big Bongo. And I'm like, I'm a kid. I'm kind of like, what the fuck says Big Bongo?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like 11. And I'm thinking, my words in my mind was, what the fuck says Big Bongo? Like,
Well,
I've never heard that.
That seems to be the theme of the week. Corporations trying to influence the culture.
And
Yeah.
I, I admit I grew up in a pretty white area. So I'm like, maybe it's going on in the inner city. So I would check with, because I had a hood pass. I'd go down there, hey, are we saying this now? Is this what Big Bongo? Does anyone?
Are we
No.
saying this now?
No one heard that.
No one is saying that. No.
Okay,
No
all
one
right.
is-
So Mattel lied to me.
I'm actually
Hail
looking it
hose.
up right
Hail
now.
hose.
Yeah, no, it's what the hell?
But I got something to show you guys too about corporate speak. When I guess after the intro,
Yeah, you can hit it.
I'll hit it. Yeah.
You're kind of laggy on my end. I don't know how it looks on
Yeah, a
yours.
little bit.
Yeah.
He's learning. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Geekgasm. I am always your indie princess Lola. I am the EIC over at indieworld.com, and I'm the creator and writer of Lore, which is in demand on Indiegogo. And there's a special tier for this week only for the live stream special. Go check it out. I have my lovely co-host, Daphne Lage. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. It's been a long week and it's only Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. And I have been self-publishing comics since 1992 because somebody has to keep hope alive. And I am known for the funny animal, furry adventure, fantasy adventure, everything. Tall Tales, my medieval fantasy adventure, along with the parrot in the background, in case everybody doesn't know what that is. And I'm also known for my fantasy soap opera, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which I just got word from the printer that I might actually get these copies on Monday. So hopefully I'll be able to get everyone's Kickstarters out. And you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com, and eagleworks.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage Art. And before I forget, because she's going to remind me, I am also the artist of the House of Bob furry porn collection on Fur Affinity. And I just uploaded a bunch of new things at the gallery just the other day. So there you have it. A little bit for everything.
You knew that was going to remind you.
Yeah, exactly.
Miss Nita, how are you?
I'm great. How's everybody? I am Nita Lanning. I am known for my sour attitude. I am a writer, vlogger, and co-founder of Ragin' AVC and Ragin' Promotions with my platonic life partner, Meredith Logren. I am SMM of Arrow 4.0 and Indie Volt Radio. And that's what I got right now. Fancy.
And backer shots.
And Backer Shots, co-host of Backer Shots on Saturdays. Yeah, I do that on the way out too.
Meredith.
Hey, you guys, I'm Meredith Lochran. I am the associate editor over at Geek Insider, as well as the executive producer of the Geek Insider podcast. I am a writer, I guess a blogger, with my co-host and platonic partner in life. Is that what I am now? New titles? All right, awesome. And that is with Ragin, AVC. If you do a Google search, you will find our links and stuff like that. But ventured into comic book writing this year and have not been able to find my words for prose ever since.
Comics.
Daphne knows that pain, right?
Everybody, it's like you start doing comics and it's all downhill from here.
Where'd my words go?
No, I should have asked how to pronounce your last name.
Yeah, everybody's been asking me that. I say Tim Lattie, but I accept all. I'm not too harsh about it.
Okay.
So Lattie works.
Say it for real.
Seriously, one of the first podcasts I did the other day, they asked me that, and I had to like say it to myself. So yeah, Tim Lattie. I don't know. It changes for me too. So I'm open to all.
Depends on what region you're from.
Right.
Lottie, tomato.
Hey, I don't even put my last name on my card anymore because Lochran, Loughran, they're like Lutheran. Lugran, but yeah.
I get a lot of Lahaye.
Is that like Tarjay?
Right, yeah, exactly.
See, that's because you don't hang out in the hood anymore.
Technically, Lahaye is correct if you're Spanish. If you're a Spaniard.
Because I can imagine somebody coming out. Anybody seen I know Daphne because I watched Scooby-Doo. That's Daphne.
which is how I get people to remember.
But anybody, Daphne Laggy.
Right. Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, I get that.
I wouldn't have said Laggy. Yeah. I would have gone Laggy.
Yeah, that's
Laggy.
We're low class in the South, but
I'll let you guys keep on with your names. But I mean, my shit gets slaughtered.
Well, how are you doing today? You didn't introduce yourself. We just talked about your last name.
My name's Tim Lattie. I draw comic books. Probably most well known for Ghostbusters. I do a lot of the alternate covers for that. Been able to draw a bunch of stuff from my childhood. So a little bit of G.I. Joe, a little bit of Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. And I have my own Indiegogo going right now for my new book about teenage time travelers called Night Stars. And that's what got me here on the show tonight.
Awesome. Glad to have you.
Yeah, glad to be here.
And Mike.
Hey everyone, I am Mike Jimmy de Bruin of Fairies and Ends, my own publishing company. I'm the creator of Live from Cora, artist of Infinite Guardian. I do a whole bunch of stuff that isn't even out yet.
He builds plushies.
Yeah, I build plushies, which I am pretty bad at, so I'm actually going to outsource that. But yeah, I do a lot of things. I got too many hobbies.
And Mr. Big Bongo.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Please allow me to introduce myself.
No.
My name is Varian Grant. I'm the founder of Indie Vote Media LLC. I go by several names. The Fallen, Beelzebub, Lucifer, Satan, depends on who you ask.
Big Bongo, apparently.
Mama, there goes that man again. News at 11. Yeah. Whatever you want to call me. Yeah, whatever you want to call me.
Asshole.
I like Mama, there goes that man again. I would keep.
Right. My new favorite one is your kid's favorite artist. That's my new one. And I'm happy to be here. I promised I would bring sadness in the spirit to this show today.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But I want to show you guys. We've been talking about corporate speak.
Yeah.
And I want to show you guys. They reached into my childhood this time. They really reached deep. They pulled out You guys, everybody's familiar, and I still eat this, by the way, because I'm a big kid. Big League Chew.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's awesome.
Wow. Okay.
So there used to be a batter on one package, and the other package, the strawberry, had a it came with a catcher on it. Okay, so you could be the pitcher or the catcher. It didn't matter, you just. But, so there it is. That's the Big League.
Big
Chew
League
package.
Chew.
Right.
Bubble gum that introduces children to chewable tobacco.
So they've recently redid the other package. They recently redid the package, and they've went the diversity route, which is fine. That's fine. I don't care about that because
there's a Brazilian volleyball player on there, isn't there?
That'd have been great. That'd have been great. That'd have been great. But there's a young lady on it now.
Okay.
She looks turned. She's holding that bat.
She looks 13 because women can't play in.
They can play.
They can't play major leagues. So technically, she's not a big league shoe.
Well,
that's right.
But no. You know what?
I
Chewgate. Here's the problem. I respect female baseball, softball players because I cannot throw a ball that way. I'm surprised they don't break their arms. I've seen the way they want. Her Lola's cousin was you break your damn arm trying that. But I just wish they would have thought about changing the name of the flavor before putting a young lady on the cover. Slamming strawberry. Now, I don't know if they consider.
I love it. I think we should keep
it took me about 30 seconds. Got it.
I don't know if they considered that. I don't know if they thought about, Now, Randy says they don't have a dictionary sitting there to know. Randy says they're a bunch of old fogies and they just.
They just do things. It's like, oh, that sounds okay. That sounds cool.
And
that sounds nifty.
So I had to buy it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna run out and get some too.
Yeah, I'm like slamming strawberry.
Was that the same people who came up with like have a happy period?
Boy. Yeah, sure. It's like, no.
You didn't think about that, did you? Did you have a woman in the boardroom when you were having this meeting?
No.
Murder train.
Can't you just have a happy period? Can't you?
No.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
Exactly. Will. Exactly.
Exactly.
Funny you mentioned that because from Pop-Tarts, I'm just kidding. Pop-Tarts did come out with
Fruit
Loops Pop-Tarts, which are delicious.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm a snack king over here.
Diabetes.
Fruit Loops flavored Pop-Tarts.
That's the other show, Will. That's the other show.
No, we can do it here too.
No, with our sponsor, with our lovely sponsor, Smirnoff.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
Did you see how she did that? She turned the label so you could all see it.
Yeah, of course.
Get all
professionals here.
Get all professional.
You didn't catch that when I've been doing it? I always hold it like this so you can see it.
Oh, you guys are horrible. So I should bring the questions up, right?
Okay.
So I was prepared for one question to get you guys really upset.
Okay.
And I have another one that's kind of lighthearted. So I'll start with that. I'll start with the lighthearted one. How about
that? There you go.
Okay.
And I've also decided to start on this show. I decided to start naming the questions because I think it's funnier that way. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So I've named the questions.
Okay.
This one is called Tit for Tat.
Oh goodness.
And we know how much we love tits.
Who's reading?
Why come? Really?
Yeah. Why come there was no Lola Bra tier on the Lure campaign? I have wanted mine signed. Anonymous. Yeah, why wasn't there a lingerie tier?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Okay, I'll add one.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I will add one. I have to go through my lingerie first.
There you go.
I'm totally backing that so I can stick my head in one cup. Pictures coming soon, folks.
Good question, Anon. Good question.
Yeah.
I will add a tier.
That's pretty funny.
See, and Nita, when you get that, You have to bring it to Florida because then we'll wear it together. with our
Oh
heads
yes,
together.
ma'am.
and
Anything to
anonymous
get closer
wants
to
a
you,
sign.
Meredith.
Yeah.
And
Wants a sign.
Mike is playing with the pussy.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
On
I
camera.
That's
I am.
Because that's the type of show we are.
Mhm.
She
Poor
needs
Laddie.
attention.
We haven't scared him yet.
No,
there.
I'm
But no
buried.
internet.
No. If you
I already know what's
look
going on here.
Randy's
No
in the
internet
bad cave
issues.
right
hey,
now.
Randy.
Hey,
The curtain, the curtain is gone.
no, the junky curtain. Yeah, you can see my garbage. You need to put that back up. Put that letter back up. You read it wrong.
Oh, okay. hold on.
Uh-oh.
'Cause when I saw that the way it was written, I was thinking of the Tasmanian devil.
Right.
Okay.
Why come there wasn't no Lola brought here on the lure campaign? I'd have wanted mine signed.
Oh, absolutely, yes, yes, definitely added a different. Yes,
That's,
definitely an improvement. Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's funny, Bra Rabbit.
That makes all the difference.
It does.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
yeah.
putting my 2 cents in. I can
You
run
can
now.
stay. You can stay.
Well, you might want to stay for this next one. Randy.
I'll come back after I put my curtain up.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
We're supposed to hide our trash.
Let me mute him as well, so he can.
Yeah.
Tim,
So
if
this-
you haven't noticed, this is kind of more of a raunchier show.
Well,
No, I'm enjoying it.
Well.
I'm turning into a
Welcome to hell.
viewer.
Well,
That's
then.
what's going on now. It's funny.
So the next question is probably going to get everyone upset,
Okay.
especially Daphne. And I don't know how much
Oh,
they have
okay.
to drink.
Tell me
Right.
it's a Loki. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm obviously
Please.
the resident Loki fucker now,
Yeah,
am I?
yeah.
I'm not mad.
Just highly disappointed.
I'm not mad.
Randy jumped back in for that one. Resident Loki fucker.
Yeah.
Like,
So here we go, guys, and this is and depends on how many drinks Nita's had and how many sweets she's had out of that bottle.
What is this one called?
It's called Mama Drama.
Oh, I know all about
Oh,
some of this.
shit.
There we go.
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Yeah, I like these titles. I like the titles. It preps us. Okay. Oh no. Oh no.
Randy, go ahead and read it.
I have the wrong
No.
voice. I have the wrong voice for this.
Okay, so
Daphne, you need to read this.
Okay, I'm an artist creator who got pregnant during the pandemic. Now that I'm a mom, my child's father gave away all my art stuff as I'm a mom now and don't have time for comics. I feel like a part of me is gone. Dump him.
Get rid of this fucker.
Speaking of hiding and
Dump
throwing away
him.
trash.
I mean, it's like, look, I mean, the sad thing about it is that, I have, my mother has thank you. My mother has a painting that was done by a cousin of ours from Spain. And that's pretty much exactly what happened to her. The second she got married, she just stopped doing artwork because, it's like now that's not your responsibility anymore, you know. And every time I look at that painting, I always think about this woman who pretty much her art became disposable. Because now that you're married, you're not supposed to be doing this anymore. And not for nothing too. I do have an uncle who did the same thing. It's like, you know, he was told that art was going to get him nowhere, and he became a mechanic instead. And it's just kind of weird, you know. And it's like, no, that's not how that works now, or it shouldn't work that way now.
No.
So.
I'm a mom, and I hold many hats. I'm a creator. I run the website. I'm a photographer. I'm in school. I do it all. Get rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, because my question is that did you just show up one day and all your shit was gone, or did he kind of like bully into getting you into getting? I mean, either way, it's like no, this is not healthy. This is not healthy at all.
No.
Inexcusable.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm not devil's advocate. Trust me, I know better than this.
No. Don't be,
say,
the devil doesn't need no advocate. Back up your own shitty opinions.
I want to say,
Fuck the devil and his advocate.
Yeah.
Is this from the United States?
yeah.
Because you would think there'd be some intrusive country that treat women like secondhand citizens that would do shit like this.
Well, I just hope that she doesn't start to look at her child as being resentful toward her child.
Well, yeah, that's a good
That's what
possibility.
could end up happening. Yeah.
But that kind of behavior is way too controlling to be healthy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Not
'cause
only
what is
that,
he going to
but
control next?
well, it's also a reflection of what we're seeing in our schools. We're seeing so many things like our art and music classes being cut.
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
they think that it's expendable, but they don't realize that all of that stuff, the hand-eye coordination, the fine motor skills that it takes, you're using both sides of your brain a lot of times for this, and so that is not expendable. That is not excusable. And honestly, if I knew who Allison was, I would be sending her a care package of art things.
And
Amen.
I wish she would
Yeah.
private message me, like totally hit me up in my DMs. We can talk, girl.
I think
I kind of want to hear more of the story though. Like,
Well,
did she
that's
throw
true,
away his
yeah.
Xbox?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's like the history
Yeah.
behind this?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
true.
don't know.
Yeah,
that's a really good
kinda
point.
Yeah,
drastic.
Dad always has time for the Xbox, right?
None of my
Yeah.
friends play anymore. You know? Like, it's over. I don't even look at it anymore, and I don't even have any
No.
kids. So yeah, I would like to know more of the story. That seems pretty
Yeah.
that seems
Dorfe's
pretty
in the
intense.
house. Hey, Dorfe's, haven't
They might have been fighting already.
haven't heard from you in a while.
This type of behavior, it never comes out of the blue. This
Right,
type of
that
behavior,
might be a
there's always
divorce
little
coming
flags
anyway.
all over the place.
And my PS5 has a nice sheen of dust on it. Nice sheen because I haven't played it. I think I played it last week about an hour or two, and I was made to. I was forced to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
So,
unless she's already tossed his PS5 because
if
that's not what daddies do.
Mhm.
Because we're only reading one part of the story here. I would
Yeah.
say, Allison, this sounds incredibly cruel to me,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
and very uncalled for.
Yeah.
He ought to
If
be
he-
ashamed of himself.
Yeah, if he just got rid of your stuff, oh, you're a mom. I didn't have time for this.
Well,
Right.
as moms, we already
Mark.
have that natural mom guilt that comes along with anything that we do that is pleasing or fun for ourselves, because we always question the amount of time we're devoting towards our own projects versus our children. And sometimes even without someone else's interference, we'll put ourselves in a position where we've pulled ourselves completely away from who we were and recreate ourselves as just a mother, just a wife. And sometimes it takes somebody walking up to you and saying, hey, you are more than just a wife. You are more than just a mother, to snatch you back into reality and be like, hey. And for me, that person was Meredith. And so, like, if Allison wants to talk, we can talk, but he's trash. If there's no, if you weren't throwing out his shit, girl, take a baseball bat to it tonight and call me.
But okay, let me ask a question then. Let me ask a serious question. What I don't have kids, so like I'm kind of a little more random here, and I only hear stuff from my guy friends. But would you say that like mom has to come first, though? You know what I mean? Like,
If we don't take care of ourselves, how can we take care of our kids?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And
I mean,
it took me a long
but
time
to
to struggle.
like what extent though? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, we're not talking about cannibalism here.
no, I understand all that.
I am a
hamster. I just like playing this game from the guy angle. Like, I know a lot of guy friends, and there's stuff that dude, you have kids, you can't do this kind of stuff anymore. And that's why I brought up like the PS5 and everything,
Right.
or whatever, video games, or it might be like intramural sports or something, going out drinking. A buddy of mine actually is about to have a baby. He got his girlfriend pregnant, and he goes and drinks at his friend's house every night. And we were talking about it the other day, and it's just like, dude, that's over, bro. You know, like, you're not doing that anymore. So, dude, somebody throwing away your stuff, no doubt, that's crazy.
Right, yeah.
I can't agree with that, but like,
But you do have to sacrifice.
I'm just curious. I feel like the kids would come. I just went and checked on my chickens. You know what I mean? Like they came first.
No,
So does that make sense? I don't know. I'm
no,
curious how else-
absolutely makes sense. Like the kids do come first, but you cannot let yourself die.
Yeah.
Because
agree with that. I agree.
one day my kids are going to be gone, and then what's left? I'm going to be.
I
I'm
don't know.
stuck. Exactly. I'll be stuck here. That's all I've done for 18 years is focus on my kids and put myself to the back burner. Then I'm not even going to know who I am anymore. So
I feel like that's being a parent, though. I feel like that's just being a parent.
Right.
You got to manage.
You know,
No, I don't. Again, I don't have kids. I'm asking questions.
Right.
I'm
I want
just
to say
saying, I know that
you manage
you can't like. I don't know. There's stuff that's gotta. Like I said,
Well, like the kids are gonna play.
it's gonna be good.
You want to make sure that that they're fed, that they're loved, that they have a house, so that a roof over their head. You want to make sure that they're educated and all of those things, right? And so, as a parent, you are very busy taking them back and forth, doing all of these things, making sure that you're keeping them alive. My kids are grown now, so I have this certain amount of freedom. But when I got married the first time, okay, because I love marriage so much, I did it twice. When I got married the first time and I got pregnant, all of a sudden that role, it was like that piece of paper was this magical thing that said, all of a sudden I'm a wife. All right. All of a sudden, even though I was working since I was 15 years old, all of a sudden working was bad for me. So going out and things like that. And then all of a sudden becoming a mother was like, well, that meant that I had another role now. That meant that I had to be Susie homemaker, having a meal ready, making sure the kids were taken care of, making sure the house was spotless. And I'm like, and I was miserable. And I got to a point where I said, I don't want to resent my kids because that whole work ethic, like for me, working was a way to contribute to the household. Working also meant that I had a break from my kids because I don't want to be up their ass all day, just like they don't want to be up mine all day. And so it was one of those things where I if I could have a few hours to go out, play with the adults, and then come back and deal with the kids and the house and everything else that came with it. I was not a very good stay-at-home mom. I never was. I don't claim that I ever will, was. It was.
Did y'all talk about it beforehand though, or no? Like
no, it was just one of those things where all of a sudden my things were expendable. Like it was okay for me.
And there was nothing on his end that was like comparable to what you were losing, I guess?
No, because he's the one who had the full-time job, but because he worked so hard, it was okay for him to go out with the boys and have drinks afterwards.
Okay.
So I mean, things like that. But I mean, there were a lot of things that didn't help the marriage work. But that was one of it. One of the things was just like this was a group effort making these children. How about you take on some responsibility, have a couple hours
with the full-time job not count for that though? You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, but you know what?
I'm with you on going out for drinks.
Right,
like, no,
right.
that's
Hey,
ridiculous.
so am I. But hey, when you're at home and you have 24/7 with the kids, if you don't think that's a job,
that is a job.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is that where was my break? Where even 1 hour to go out. And for Allison here, to go back to the card here, for Allison to have that 1 hour break. I mean, my break was basically I had to hide in the bathroom for 5 minutes and I still had toddlers knocking at the door.
Right.
Okay. That is not good for your mental health.
No, my break was a trip to Walmart and taking 3 or 4 children with me.
Also, I'm reading the card again, and it's like, oh, the red flag is right there in the card. Mm-hmm. My child's father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She doesn't say husband. She doesn't say boyfriend. She doesn't say significant other. She goes, my child's father.
That's some detachment there.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what I mean is like you have to have that bit of time. It's already 24/7 because we worry all the time. Even to this day, I have 2 married, 1 grandchild, 1 who lives with me. Okay. They're grown men. I worry about them still because they're my children. but I'm not going to be up their ass about everything. Having that minute of time, 5 minutes in the shower to cry, or just going outside, leave the kids inside for 5 minutes, and even then is like that could be terrible. Nita knows you get crayon all over the wall.
Sure did. It's true story.
Just things like that. It's like, okay, but to have that mental break from being the mother, just because, and I say just because you're a parent doesn't mean all things stop, especially creatively, because that's our break. I mean, how many times have you guys turned on the music and just said, I'm just going to either dance it out, drink it out, whatever, and your kids are there, and that's good. All right. Because you need that break, but that separation, just to say, okay, let me be me. Let me just be, is important. The art stuff, honestly, depending on what you have, that is mobile. You can take that to the park with your kids. You can,
but they go to school though too. You know what I mean? Like, couldn't you be doing it while they're at school and stuff? Like, what happens when they get on the bus in the morning? Then like.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not with your kids 24/7.
I was one where I was jumping for joy when my kids went on the bus.
I homeschool.
Awesome. If I had kids, I would homeschool.
We've homeschooled since the only one of my children that's ever attended public school was my oldest. It was for 1 year, and when they took away the art program to replace it with more funding for this athletic team, we were like, okay, we're done, and we pulled them out.
So how do you balance the time with the kids and like your own stuff?
It's very complicated. With us, we've adapted our own unique schedule. My kids stay up really late at night and they sleep in during the day. I get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and I work. Okay. And when they get up around 10, I fix breakfast. Around lunchtime, we start school. Around 4 o'clock in the afternoon is about when we're done. When we're done with that, I go about getting ready for my husband to come home. I clean up the messes they've made throughout the day, do laundry and all that bullshit, and then at night that's when I take my creative time for myself while they're playing their video games and winding down on their own.
Right. And so it's just balance. That's all it is.
Right. I mean, what's funny is that
before I neglected that part.
Right. That whole schooling starting at 4 o'clock. I mean, it's like that really ties into all the research that says that kids should not be waking up early.
Right. And they function. Look, I used to try when I first started homeschooling, I was going to be like, I'm going to mimic public school to the T. We were going to get up in the morning, eat breakfast, and everybody was going to be at the table by 8 a.m. And we were going to follow the subject order, do it just like they. But here's the deal. If you notice the American education system, we're failing. That's so. I'm sitting here
with you on the homeschool thing all day.
I was mimicking something that was a failing system to begin with. And it was like, no, let's relax. Them sleeping in, when they wake up, and around noon is actually when the kids are at their peak functioning. Like their brains are there, they can focus. They've gotten out the energy from waking up from the night before, and they're ready to sit down and focus. And so it's just finding your own schedule, your own zone, and going with it.
I always thought it was funny that as an adult, we get up and if we have jobs we have to go to in the morning, we're like, oh, I gotta stop and get my coffee, I get my breakfast. I mean, how many of us have walked into jobs and sat in a cubicle and said, I'm not here to fucking work today? Even though you're telling
me. I spent 10 years preparing myself to never have a job again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, there comes a point where it's like, you know what, screw this.
I will say this, right. As a father, my son's been homeschooled for the last, he's been doing virtual school for the last 2 years now, and
it'll be next year too.
Yeah, I do miss him being gone, because I think he gave us that break, away from him away from us. So like he could go out there and talk to other kids and get in trouble and get in fights and
live life, man.
Yeah. And I miss that. But I also because I was also a nervous wreck when he's at school because I'm like, you know, is someone mistreating him? Is someone, you know, is he hurt? Is he sick? You know, or can he not call me? Is his phone dead? You know,
Who
those
is he
type of
gonna
things.
hurt today?
Yeah, well, yeah, too. Like whose ass he's gonna kick? You know, that type of thing. But now that he's here, and then the summer vacation, I would always feel like, oh, great, he's here, but he's only here for a couple. And I'm weird, man. I hated school as a kid, and I never let like Lola's lucky. Like she's the only person I know who's said she never had a teacher dislike her.
Until college.
Yeah, but see that to me that doesn't
Oh
count.
yeah, definitely.
It's like
Something about college.
no, like she's on online college, so if teacher like you there, it's like wow, you must really be a prick. They haven't even met you. You're not sitting in the classroom.
I
every
had
day,
some teachers who were vindictive shits in college.
yeah, but you were physically there.
Yeah.
Like in high school, middle school, even elementary, we had that one teacher that you just knew Miss Harris didn't like you for some reason. She had it out for you.
Mine was Miss Thompson.
See, yeah, Lola was lucky. She didn't have any of that. Either that, or she was just oblivious to it. You know, the teacher that shot you for Nerf gun probably didn't like you, but I think that.
Well, most of my high school, I was Junker High in class.
So yeah, you probably didn't even notice it. They're probably like, "You fucking bitch," and you were like, "Huh?"
So,
yeah. So I just think that, as long as you're teaching your children, you know, at home, you can kind of bring them into what you're doing. My kid loves art. He loves comic books. He loves trying to help me draw stuff. He tries to draw himself. I've tried to teach him that he can't just redraw stuff out of a book. I mean, he may be able to get a job at Marvel doing that. That's fine. You know, that's right. That was a dig. Hey, there's some artists who make good money, especially we're learning. All of a sudden, I don't know if you guys seen this. We're learning that Capcom has probably been doing this for years. Capcom has been stealing art and art resources for years in games and in their character design, and people are like, "That's theft." Now, we all know there's a big difference between referencing and theft. There's a big difference. I mean, you know,
Yes.
if I take Randy, for instance, having his head down, his headphones on, and I draw him, that's different. If I, maybe I make his hat red and his shirt blue, and I don't put a beard on him. I just referenced it. If I just trace Randy right there, that's tracing. And I'm sorry, as Mike would say it, to make it sound a lot more. I like how Mike would say it. It's a tracing. It's much more. How's that Randy said that? A tracing is much more. It's a new technique, a new process. I
use that camera timer on my phone all day, every day, man.
Yeah.
And I'm doing poses and stuff like that. It's not tracing. I just sit
yourself
next to me while I'm drawing. You know what I mean? I just want to see what's the muscle doing. You know what I mean? Like just simple stuff like that's normal. That's art. If you're using that studio shit or whatever, like that's crazy.
And
I use the 3D models in Clip Studio because yes, my anatomy completely sucks, but it's a base. It's not gonna look realistic if I don't adjust it while actually drawing the thing. It is another reference. It's a tool, like everything else in digital or traditional art that makes the progress easier. It's a tool. If you know how to use it properly, you're doing it right. If people can't tell, then you're doing it right.
So are you going on top of the actual image, or like what is the process? I'm just curious.
I make the backgrounds, then I place just the 3D base, like no real characters or whatever in there. And I just go over it very loosely, quickly tracing the actual base, taking it out, be like, okay, so this is how the pose works. Now I gotta adjust it, add muscle, like extra muscle where needed, add facial features, change what I need to change. And from there, it's, just a matter of filling in the character, just like you would with a stock photo.
Right. No, or it's like using those old. I'm sure everybody had one, the little wooden mannequins that you would get.
Yeah.
And you would, you know,
Exactly.
I used to use. It was easier to use a McFarlane toy when I was a kid because those things sucked. But so how do you y'all use
these are the new ones now. Well, these are kind of.
Oh yeah, I've thought about getting them before just because they look cool and they come with like swords and stuff.
Right, yeah. This is a Chinese bootleg though, so it falls apart really easily.
She's something or whatever. Yeah, no, I've seen them.
The Bandai, the Bandai something. Yeah, it's
I could use my Sailor Moon figure. Get the same thing.
But this is really helpful. This is really helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do y'all stand on somebody like Greg Land? Y'all know who that is?
Yeah. Oh, who doesn't? Well.
Okay. So where, like, he's just going into like magazines and just taking like a figure skater.
Right. Exactly. You see, the problem that I have with Greg Land is that you can tell when he's not using reference, and that's the problem. It's not the reference. It's not his using reference. That's the problem. It's the fact that he doesn't know how to function without it. Like, you can tell his artwork degrades significantly when he's not using. I mean, let's just face it, Greg Land traces. He traces his reference directly.
That's what I'm getting to. What's the line?
Yeah. So it's like you have to be able to function without it. That's what it is. It's like the whole point, the whole purpose is developing that muscle memory so that, you know, maybe I won't need to have reference for everything, but only like very specific things. Like, there are certain poses where, I'm going to need the reference, but I can probably still function without it. It's just that using reference gives it like a sense of correctness. So,
but that is the thing about tooling it.
Yeah, exactly. But you have to be able to function without it on a certain level.
Yeah.
No, I said, it makes my day go quicker.
No, yeah, exactly.
That's
because
the other thing. I could fight with a pose for a freaking hour.
Yeah. Right. No. There's no reason. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. That's the thing. I mean, it's like, you know, you just use the reference, use the poses, you know, use whatever, you know, you need to do, because also not everything you can draw from memory. I have, if I can indulge a shameless plug here, I have on my YouTube channel a video specifically about how to use reference correctly. And I start the video asking everybody to draw a bicycle from memory.
Yeah.
And even I do that. And then it's like at the end of the video, you see my hot mess of a bicycle that I drew from memory. So yeah, it's all right. And in the video, I'm showing how I use stock images to create an image that's completely put together with clip art and stock images. But the idea is that the final piece is not like you can look at it and say, oh yeah, you definitely used clip art and stock imagery. I mean, it's to make the piece your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. I use SketchUp sometimes, and that's another good one. And I used to try to get the model like perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And something that I learned or just realized later on was like, same when I'm getting a pose. I'm not trying to get it perfect. I'm just what is the basics going on here? You know, whatever it is.
Exactly.
But with the SketchUp models, I find it looks better if I don't trace it. If I just kind of like wing it. You know what I mean? And then I can morph things and I can get kind of like crazy with the angles.
Also, the weird thing too is that there's certain body positions that look, even though you're staring at it in a photo, you're looking at your own hand. If you were to draw it like that, it looks wrong.
Yes.
So
that's where it becomes art. That's where
you have to. So it's like, so even though you're tracing a photo, it looks wrong. So you have to adjust your artwork to make it look right. So it's kind of, that's the fine line, being able to adjust the reference as necessary. But also it's the one thing that I learned in school is that, especially if you're doing perspective, never trace photos for that, because the camera kind of like warps the perspective. So even though you're tracing a building, the perspective is off. So you still need to know how to do that correctly.
Well,
it's almost like a go ahead.
The thing is, like, if you need a specific pose, and you go and look, you just Google the pose, and you find reference images that are close. People are going to see it see if you adjusted the background to the pose and the other way around.
Right. Yeah.
If you can actually adjust what you're referencing to what you actually need, suddenly it all makes sense again because you actually drew it yourself. And like that's something that a lot of people tend to completely forget about.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into the campaigns now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Right.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's true. Yeah.
No, hey, fuck! I like intense conversations. I like these.
Yeah,
I
this is
enjoy that
awesome.
stuff.
But yeah, we'll start with Life on Cora.
Sure.
You want to bring up your campaign?
Awesome. Yeah, let me share my screen. No problem. Ba-ba-da. We have been stagnating a bit, but that is okay.
That's the plateau period everybody hits.
Yeah, and I know there's like at least 5 more people who are saying, yeah, I'm waiting for my cash to come in, and then I'm just gonna back it the moment I have it. So we're at, okay, let me switch to USD for all you overseas people, because it's the middle of the night here. There's no Dutch people gonna watch anyway. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's slow because I'm sharing. Come on.
Actually, it's late enough at night too late for people to be doing math conversions in their head.
Yeah. There we go. I think we're at 24.50 in USD. 24.49. I think it just changed.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You're still doing really well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your goal.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
So you're
super
right there,
happy with
yeah.
the result.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a low goal, which I'm the thing with Love on Cora is I publish it no matter what. I paid the first issues out of my own pocket. They've been doing really well on conventions, but last year, so it is probably the most unique world that you're gonna see for a long time. So you got a core, you got continents orbiting it like planets to a sun, and you got a single cloud that gives water to everything. And the weird thing is, it's a sci-fi megastructure, so there is actually a lot of world building going on in the background. But we don't focus on that. We focus on the individual small stories and the day in the life of the creatures that we just explore. We take the reader by the hand and just look along with the unique creatures that we think up. Let me just play the trailer. Wait, then I gotta share it again with sound on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always forget to tick it. I should make it a standard thing. There we go. And of course it's slow. Bugger. There we go. So Love and Cora 4 is about the Mysius, who are a aquatic creature that live in a society where your inner talent is everything. So it decides on who you hang out with, who you talk to, what kind of place you have in society. And this is about the individual and who disagrees. And through a small adventure of 32 pages, learns that yes, you can be more. No, it won't be easy, but if you really want it, you can get there. And it's for all ages. It's really easy to get into. All stories in Love and Cora stand alone. So every issue you pick up is just going to be one of your own, like a quick half-hour read. You can just read it with your kids before bed or anything. And it makes they just make for very fun, quick stories that I'm used to growing up with as a kid, with Franco-Belgian comics, where you had 48-page stories with the same characters. Well, they're not going to be the same in Love and Cora, but quick stories that you could just pick up, enjoy. You didn't have to wait for the next issue because the cliffhanger was that bad. You're just gonna get a nice, quick, fun story out of it. We unlocked some stretch goals already, so everyone who backed a physical copy is going to get 2-inch patches and an A4 print of the first page. And we're only 3 backers away from our next one, where
We get you backers.
Yeah, we do. I know. But the next one that we're going to unlock is only 3 backers away, and they're going to be highlight bookmarks, where on one side you're going to get a unique drawing of the main creature from Love and Cora 4, and on the back you're going to get a lot more fluff text and what kind of size they are, what kind of colors they come in, just expanding the universe a bit, because you don't see all that much of it in the story itself. And I'm going to do that with the previous creatures from each campaign as well, every 5 backers after that. Then at 60 backers, I'm going to add 4 extra pages with concept art that I drew myself, all kinds of extra stuff, more info about the world, and showing people the sci-fi part of it. And at $4,500, so the very, very far tier, we are going to unlock plushies that are going to be a lot more affordable than the ones we have right now, which are not going to be limited, and they're just going to be adorable. I love the creature from Love and Cora 1. So right now we have 5 slots for the main character from Love and Cora 3, and these are 16-inch plushies for about $180. And these are going to be made to order, so I'm not going to make any profit on it, but I promised that I would make 5 plushies, and these are going to be made. 1 has already been claimed. There's only 4 left, and you're going to get one of the most unique plushies and more exclusive ones in the world. So yeah, I really hope someone else takes the tier as well. Is
there going to be like an opportunity for us to actually see what the plushie is going to look like? Because I'm curious as heck as to how you're going to do this.
Yes. So I'm outsourcing it through.
Okay.
So I actually tried myself. and these were going to be just 10 inches. This is a mock-up, see if I can do it. I couldn't. It would have taken me like at least 3 or 4 more tries to get it there.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for a manufacturer that will do a low order. Found one. They're in the US. And they're about 150 euros each. So I'm not gonna make any profit on these. But that's okay. Like I promised that I would do something, so I'm gonna do it. And yeah, I'm of course going to get prototype pictures and everything for it. So people are gonna see those on the campaign. And then the full plushies I was already talking about with a manufacturer in China. And that's why I added them as a very high tier. But these will be available at Live on Cora 5 no matter what. So, this is just I'm going to do it anyway. I might as well put it up.
Now, are you going to go in demand afterwards?
Yes.
For
I'm
how
not
long?
going to extend until Live on Cora 5 is nearly finished.
Okay.
So, I haven't started yet. I'm pretty much behind on schedule. Because life has been taking me very weird places the last 2 months. So, yeah, I want to fulfill this very quickly, go in demand for a good while, and the cheap shipping, like the 10 USD shipping right now to the United States, UK, and European Union, that is going to go away after the campaign ends.
Okay.
So if you want your catch-up tier for like $40 plus 10 shipping, this is the time to grab it, because right after this it's going to be gone, and then you're going to pay the normal shipping, which is a lot higher at 23 euros or 30 USD.
Wow.
So yeah. This is a one-time deal, pretty much, during the campaign. Yeah, I really hope to get to 30, at least get the bookmark out. It's been a lot of fun working on this. My colorist has a couple of pages left. She should be done at the end of the month. And then it's going to be straight going to proof prints. Get them printed late June and fulfill halfway through August. So it's going to be a quick process, just like Live on Cora 3.
Awesome.
Oh, and Lattie stepped out.
Yeah, he was
Lattie.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's something
there
wrong
he
with the chickens. There we go.
I want to tell everybody, I don't know if you've seen this, but the Pope and Spider-Man met today.
The what?
The Pope and Spider-Man met today.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What?
Not in the comics either. Someone was sat in the general audience at the Vatican during a meeting for the coronavirus, and someone dressed as Spider-Man. He went up to the Pope, he shook his hand.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, he got
What?
pictures, and people are taking pictures of him like Spider-Man is upstage the Pope. People are like, "Oh my goodness, Marvel did not pay for better publicity." Awesome.
Holy crap.
That really happened?
Yeah.
I need pictures, Marion. I need pictures.
Yeah, let me see if I can. Hold on, give me a second. I can pull it up.
Dude,
Wow,
that was so weird.
if I actually cared about either of those things, I'd look it up.
Pays a visit to Vaticans, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm letting Varian pull it up.
Yeah.
That is so
Oh my
wild.
God.
That is
Definitely leave the
weird.
Pope alone.
Oh, you guys suck. Spider-Man is like actually one of the cool freaking mainstream characters out there.
Yeah.
There it is. There he is. He's
Wow.
moving with it, and, there he is.
That's
He have a
awesome.
mask and everything.
I'm sure he loved it.
Yeah. Maybe he's
That is so weird.
he should be
Yes.
asking for
Yeah. That's the lame Spider-Man.
I'm letting you guys know. Everyone knows on the show. I plan to switch to Catholicism later in my life. I really want to take advantage of that Get Out of Hell free card that they offer.
Oh my god!
I've said this before. Everyone knows I'm switching over. My wife was raised Catholic. I think I got it in there. And yeah, I think I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna be a shitty person for my complete existence. And then, no, I think my today is a number. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Heaven, here I come. Also,
that's how it works. You gotta do really shitty things, and you gotta ask for forgiveness.
Nita, you were having a problem with your virus detector. Which one was it?
What?
You're muted. You're having trouble with your virus protection. Your virus detector on your computer?
The virus.
Yeah. I'm having a lot of problems. Norton is slowing down my system bad.
Yeah, no, it's constantly running in the background. That's why.
Looks like you should have gotten McAfee or the root itself.
Oh yeah, that I heard. Yeah. He was found dead.
They finally got him.
In his prison cell in Spain.
Yeah.
Well, no, mine wasn't McAfee. Mine is Norton.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, it is constantly screwing me up.
I'm going to create a virus protection program.
And so, like, now it's going to be like porn goes only on the cell phone.
Well,
the
there's your problem right there.
I've explained to my son before. I said, look, you can't just go to video game sites. You can't type in free video games. That's how you're going to get a virus. And he doesn't listen to me. I know what's going to happen. He's going to get old and start looking for porn in all the wrong places. And it's like, son, like, I remember me and my friend, his dad got a virus on the computer. And we're like, and he's like, man, my dad messed with the computer, but I got to fix it. So we're over at his house and we're looking, trying to figure out where these viruses came from. And we traced it back. Now, his dad is a preacher, mind you.
Wow.
And we traced it back to his dad Googling his dad was going to what it was called web crawler back then. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, I remember web crawler.
Yeah, looking for
my friend's dad is like that, and we joke. We call him Cyrus the Virus from man. Like, dude, he's just breaking computers left and right, dude. It's crazy.
They never know how to clean out their history.
No, it's Boomerville. Like it's total boomer stuff. He's tearing up ASICs over there and shit.
You look into the files and how'd you get the virus? And it's because his dad was looking up web crawling, can't even say Googling, but looking up bigblackass.com.
Wow.
And it's like,
well then.
Porn sites are safer than some of the research you do when you're writing.
Well,
that's where you really get it. When you start Googling shit like wide open wolf bite wounds and shit like that, and you freaking,
Yeah, no, you really gotta be careful with.
Or you research fetishes.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the things where your FBI agent gets involved, like.
Well, yeah, that's you gotta take the
my
tape
handler's
off and go, look, I'm just researching for a book, okay?
Yeah.
And then you put the tape back on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lola. If you ever need inspiration for lore, just make a character on F list. You're set for life.
Oh no.
I've looked up some pretty horrible things, and it's like sometimes I know like they're watching me now. They're watching me. You just sitting there. You're like my camera here has no motorized parts in it, but you just know that you can control. You just know all of a sudden you're sitting there.
I looked up two things one time within a week of one another. It was the beginning of a school year, and the kids, we buy them school supplies like the public school kids, and we get backpacks for school days and stuff. Well, I happened to look up pressure cooker and backpack within the same week.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, you want to talk about getting flagged? Yeah, buddy, that was experience.
Oh yeah, that'll yeah.
I just looked up lime and barrels. I mean.
Shovels and duct tape.
Yeah, shovels, duct tape, lime, and I will say this. I found out recently, not recently, a couple years ago. You do not want to go to any office supply store and buy more than 2 printers.
Oh yeah,
especially if you're going to be
right, because then it's like they automatically flag you for counterfeiting.
Yeah. So especially the higher end, the worse you're gonna be. So we got two printers here, and they're pretty good. But like I didn't buy them. I bought them a year, maybe 4 or 5 years apart. Yeah, but if I do know a guy who went and bought 6 high-end printers, very high-end ones. They were like $400 a piece, and he bought them for his credit card, and the police paid him a visit. Now, unfortunately for him, he was doing exactly what they thought he was doing.
Well,
but,
well,
but it just shows it works.
yeah, right. That you know.
They knew. You want to bring up Mr. Lottie's campaign, Lola? Do you have it up?
I don't have it up. Lottie, do you want to bring yours up?
Yeah.
You know
I just
how?
gotta. No, I've never done it before. Just press share, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Click it.
All I have open is Night Stars and Big Bongo Barbie on Google search.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Share screen or what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you share
Well,
screen.
you can share tab. I think you can share
Share
tab.
tab.
Yeah.
That's the only one
Yeah.
it's giving me. It just gives me
You
share screen.
Yeah, so click share
Oh.
screen, and then
Uh-huh.
you'll either have you have Windows or the Chrome tab. Are you using Chrome? Or
No,
which-
I'm using Ice Dragon.
Okay.
Everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
Are
it
you a
should be-
Linux guy?
Yeah, I know a little bit of
Yeah.
Linux. I do. I can put it in the chat if somebody can do it that's competent
Yeah,
at
we
it
Oh
can
yeah,
do
you can do that too. Yeah. That's
Oh yeah, that works.
instead of trying to guide me through it. No, you probably can't even do it with Ice Dragon. All the internet stuff that y'all are talking about, this is a browser to use to
Sure.
avoid that kind of stuff. You know,
you got the
duck,
VPN
go.
set up, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, you just download it. It's easy.
porn.
Do you want to bring it up?
Sure.
Or
I listen. My computer is full of reference porn, and I've had to explain to me.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As I got-
exactly.
As I got older, I'm like, look, you're gonna go on my computer, and you're gonna see some shit.
Right.
And trust me, it'll make sense when you see my books.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's all I can say too.
My computer is full of porn now too.
And it used to not be that way. Now she understands.
Well, speaking of porn, this is my all ages book.
There you go. Right, yes.
So this is a story
we gotta
of
get
3
you up
kids.
there, man.
Yeah, man. I'm so I guess Friday will be 2 weeks in, and unlike you, I went for a higher goal. My buddy Preston gave me hell about it. We'll see. I did a Kickstarter back in 2012, and I got almost 10K, and that was for the first issue of this. So fuck it, I'm going for it. And
You can
yeah.
always change. You can change it once on Indiegogo if you feel like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, so it's a 125-page hardcover.
Oh,
Okay.
A good chunk of that is going to go to printing anyway. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like I said, let's see what happens. We got a little bit of time left. So, it's the story of 3 kids who are taken aboard a flying saucer, and when they're on there, the saucer kind of like morphs around them and puts them in these suits that make them look like aliens, like little green men. But the saucer is actually a time machine, and it takes them back in time where they crash land in Roswell in 1947. So they're like the Roswell aliens. And from there, it's their journey throughout time, kind of dealing with history's mysteries. Like they knock Amelia Earhart's plane out the sky. One of them falls in love with Anne Frank. They get a Yeti as a pet. So it's something I've been working on for a few years. And I've been fortunate enough to do, I guess, mainstream work. And this was always something I was doing on the side. This was always something I was doing in the background. And I was getting an issue out a year, just about. And so this is like the culmination of that. Like this is going to be all that work put in. And so these are actually recolored pages. I just redid these. So these are the first few pages of the book. You I'm sure everybody here knows you learn a lot as you do art. You learn as you go.
Yeah.
So that first book I did, the coloring was rough, and I just felt like it would do everybody, especially the book itself. It would be nice to have a new coat of paint on there. And for people that had already read the book and have been following it over the years, this would be a nice treat for them, almost like a special edition. So I've been going back through and doing it.
it's very striking. It's very striking.
I appreciate that.
You have, this is I really appreciate like unique art styles.
And it is
You know?
awesome.
Yeah. Where it's like you can like it's like you can look at it and go and not go, oh, you're copying this, you're copying that, you're trying to be that person, you're trying to. It's like this obviously looks like, oh, this is you.
Yeah, no, big time. That first image, I mean, we already had scrolled past it, but like that original is basically a self-portrait, so to speak. That first image up there. That's a long way down the line. If we can, we're gonna do a free toy. Right. So there's a guy, I don't know if y'all remember, y'all might be a little young, but there was a show called Sectars back in the day.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay, and there's a guy, Zika Toys, out in Tennessee, and he had the license, and he was putting out Sectars toys. And the guy that did the modeling for it was this guy, Adrian Melton, who we found on, I forget what the service was. It was some, like, where you look up people. And yeah, dude, I designed it and he did the artwork. He did the 3D modeling for it, and he friggin' killed it. Like that dude is so talented. I got to sit there a lot of times. We'd be on Skype and I'd just watch him in ZBrush going at it. It was just it's such a different.
Have you printed one out?
Oh, dude, no way, dude. If that's really you, no way, dude. I'm singing you praises right now. Had no idea you were in the chat. If that's really
there you go.
I mean, I assume it's you.
So is there
funny.
a printout? Have you tried doing a printout of?
Yeah. Hold up. So
okay.
So I got a 3D printer. It's right over here, and we have the So when you do 3D printing, they have something called STL files, and that's what everything's going to be coming out as. I'm a big Star Wars guy, so I've been 3D printing like
white,
but it's a snowtrooper. It's a Kenner snowtrooper. So I took he has sent us the STL files, and I've been trying to play with them, but it's a much more complicated design than I'm probably like ready to do on the machine. But this is the figure. I mean, this is
very nice.
We got bad lighting going on, but yeah, this is just
you can really see the potential of it.
Well, it's good. He killed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
What he did was gorgeous.
No, but also it's like it's a large size too, and
Yeah.
Well, we would try to be going for the little what was it? The little model you held up earlier. It would be more along those signs, like that Sailor Moon type figure, the SH Arts or something like that.
Right.
Fully posable. Adrian probably could tell you exactly how many points of articulation it is, but it's a bunch. Because now I see the files. And if you're still listening, I didn't know how much work was going into the actual design of the toy. Like, we're talking about all kinds of crazy joints and stuff like that. It's mind blowing. So we got to get the book printed first, but that would be an idea down the line. Can
I make a suggestion?
Absolutely.
Since you got a very high goal, try and think up a percentage goal, and make a couple of them so you can work towards those, and you can take the baby steps. Because with a goal this high and being 2 weeks in, you probably didn't advertise all that. Like, a goal this high, you should start advertising a year before you even launch.
Possibly so. It's also one of those things, though, that you run into in life, or I get like this, where it's like, I'm tired of sitting around on it. You know what I mean? Like, I got to do it. I got to make it. I got to put it out there. Let's
totally.
Let the pieces fall where they may. So now I'm kind of.
But since you're already launched,
we're here now.
I would suggest making percentage goals. So you hit 20%, you add a trading card, and every 20% afterwards you add one as well.
I'm not against doing something like that. I have
they're cheap, they're easy to make.
I ordered some postcards, and they have a blank space on the back. What I was thinking about doing is maybe one day next week or something like that. If you back the campaign, I'll do a free sketch on a sketch card for you or something and mail it to you. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like any character you want, like a quick head sketch. We have our first IRL convention this weekend, and I'm going to do the same thing there. I'm going to have the sketch cards with me, and I'm just going to be like, hey, back the book. You could get the $5 tier. You could get whatever. I'm going to get the alert on my phone, and then I can draw you whatever you want. It's kind of like a on-the-spot incentive. But No, trust me. My buddy gave me. The night I launched it, he called me and he was just like, "You did this wrong. You did this wrong." Hey, man, we're here. I think my theory is, my feeling behind it is that I think when people see it, I think we'll be all right. But I mean, to your point, yeah, correct. Like, I don't think enough people know it's even out there. Yeah. But I'm confident in the product.
Was it a flex goal? What was it? A flex
No, it's
goal,
a fixed.
or was it's a fixed goal? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think we'll be fine, to be honest. I mean, we have a month and a half. Y'all are like kind of bumming over there. Y'all like, I don't think so, dude. We'll see. I'll come back on.
I want you to succeed by all means,
dude. I don't think it's that crazy for a comic book. For a 125-page hardcover.
Well, yeah, it's like it's not just a comic book. I mean, you're doing.
No, it is a full volume.
Right? Yeah.
We're gonna play the video real quick.
Yeah.
I got a letter from 13-year-old Ryan from Belfast. Now, Ryan, if you're out in the crowd tonight, here's the answer to your question. No. As far as I know, an alien spacecraft did not crash in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. And Ryan, if the United States Air Force did recover alien bodies, they didn't tell me about it either, and I want to know.
We were abducted from our everyday lives. Now we are lost in time and space, hoping to find a way to change the future by battling our way through the past.
Nice.
I got a letter.
So yeah.
So did you do the video yourself, or
no? We had so years ago, like I said, I had done the first issue, and this is before I had done any professional work, anything like that. I was actually working at a bar. I was a doorman at a bar, and I got in a fight with the owners who were friends of mine. And I was just like, "Fuck this, fuck you," and I went and I was like, dude, I'm doing it. You know, this is right around the time Dark Knight Rises came out. So 2012, 2013. And it was my first kind of like comic book. And in a month, I made 9,000 something on that just for the first issue of this. That's why in my head, that 10K goal, I don't think it's that crazy. And
times changed.
We'll see. And so, yeah, so that is what happened. And I met a guy along the way. His name was Michael DeChesser of DeChesser Media. And he wanted to read the script. And that kind of led to him getting involved with the project. And he kind of paid for a lot of stuff. So that was his company. Somebody that used to work for him did the video for us, a friend of us. And, man, we were able to do a lot of things. We went to New York Comic Con a bunch of times. He's from Jersey. We ended up on the NASDAQ. If you scroll down, there's another video, and you can see him. That was one of the cooler things that we got to do. We did a UNICEF issue where it's like the Night Stars Kids Fight Hunger. Yeah, that video right there.
Yeah.
So that was a surreal day.
Using comics to help illustrate these complex but very important goals. We came together with another friend of mine, Sean Southey at PCI Media Impact. Now, this is an NGO across the street from the UN that specializes in making entertaining, substantive content for developing countries. We're really grateful to UNICEF for being our core partner. We're really thrilled at all the artists that have donated their time and energy to make these comics come to life. Sharad Rajan, Tim Lattie, Michael DeChesser, and Maria Schneider for Eco Boys and Girls. These comics help illustrate the importance of working together. And the greatest superpower in the world is all our collective actions coming together to help make this place a livable, exciting planet for years and decades and generations to come.
So that's my buddy Michael and his wife off to the left-hand side. He's the most hyped up one over there, man. He was. I think he had the most fun that day.
One glance and the avalanche drops. One look and my heartbeat stops.
So I mean, like that was a random thing. That was a random. We went out one night and we're just talking to people at a party, and that turned into that. You know what I mean? So things can happen.
Yeah.
Also, there's us, and then there's like New York, like Manhattan. You know, UNICEF kind of people. Like that's a whole nother world, man. Like they're traveling all over the place. I am not. I do not get to partake in all those adventures. So yeah, I just feel in my mind, I think it's a project that just never got the eyes on it that I think would take it over the top. So I'm hoping we can hopefully we can do that with this Indiegogo.
I see that there's a bonus Yeti story now. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's anything worse than werewolves.
I guess so.
Yeah, Varian has a phobia of werewolves.
Yeah,
and
we keep telling him they're not. We keep telling him they're not real, but that don't stop them.
Yeah, Yetis, like Wendigo from X-Men.
Yeah, like Wendigo.
If he's ever in a movie, I won't be seeing it.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't.
No, whatever.
No, the hell I won't. No, I won't. I'll be at home. Sorry, Marvel. Miss me with that. And dogs that walk? You insane? Like Kate Beckinsale tricked me one time in Wonderworld. No one told me there was going to be werewolves in there. I still ain't forgiving Kevin Grievous. I still ain't forgiving.
I thought you said Wonderworld. I was like,
he
what movie is he
did. That's
talking
like
about?
Underworld.
Yeah. Did I say Wonderworld? I'll say, well, yeah, Underworld. Yeah.
Wonderworld would be a good name for a movie.
However, I mean, she was hot in that movie, and I'm like, oh, Celine. But then the werewolf showed up, and I'm like, I'm checking out.
Oh my god, that was the hottest part of the movie.
Yeah, for real.
That werewolf cliff sex.
I gotta tell you though, Kevin killed in that movie. His voice when he's, and that's his real voice. That's his, like, he's not like trying to be.
Oh, right. Yeah,
that's his real voice. He
does comics too.
Yeah, he's a Facebook
he's a bio researcher and he does comics.
Yeah, like overachiever, man.
Yeah.
But Yeti's here. Not cool, sir.
That looks cute.
Cute.
Yeah, it's a nice Yeti,
yeah,
man.
there's a Scooby-Doo vibe about this image.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's clearly on the same team with him.
Yeah.
That's how they trick you. That's how they get you.
Right. I'm just luring you in, man. I'm about to Wonderworld you.
You think they're on your side, and then the next thing you know, they're sticking their cold claws into your hot flesh while your blood pours out. They're like, I see you got two covers here too. That's cool.
And that's another one too. So the main artists, Dan Schoening and Luis Delgado, they've been doing Ghostbusters forever. If you've seen any IDW stuff, I'm sure they've been on it. They're kind of like the guys over there. And as I've been working on Ghostbusters over the years, we became like they're my buddies now. So I asked them, dude, they've done everything. He's so good, both of them. They're unbelievable. So that was a cool bonus to get that alternate cover. And it's kind of got like a cool like Mega Man vibe to it,
Oh yeah, totally.
So they rock. I mean, those are two heavy hitters.
Did you ask them to help you like promote this a little bit? Like,
I have I'm building up. So there's a bunch of people. I want to ask somebody else. I work with Chuck Dixon on a book. I want to reach out to him. He had already mentioned he would help. So I just haven't pulled that trigger. I should probably do it immediately.
Yes,
but I was
you
just
should.
kind of again. I think we're gonna be fine. But yeah, I'm just kind of slow burn.
Well, I mean, because there's one question that I do have. I mean, it's like you said, if you're not concerned, that's fine. I mean, it's like you're very, but the amount that you're asking for now, I know hardcovers are expensive. So is the fact that the book is a hardcover is the reason why you said that most of your cost is going to go into printing, or is it just like you have like other people who are also working on the book and
No, I wrote, drew, colored,
Oh,
lettered.
okay. All right.
So it's all me on the book.
Right.
If we can make some kind of profit, that would be great. You know, you want to,
Mhm.
you want to get compensated for your time. But again, 3/4 of that is going to go to just printing alone.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
You know,
should definitely
then
check
you're going to
out-
have to deal with shipping. You're going to have to put packaging for shipping and stuff like that. So costs. And if y'all have done Indiegogos or Kickstarters and stuff like that, those costs start creeping in. You might think you have a goal, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like, I didn't really consider that, or I got to run to Walmart and get this.
Yeah, I don't think
so. There's a little. I mean, there's a little bit of wiggle room, but not too much. So yeah, it's a quality. You know, I've done. I did a bunch of Plants vs Zombies, so it'll be a book like this. It's a nice hardcover, something you can put on your shelf.
Yeah,
I actually saw that in the store.
Yeah.
Not too
Well, then you
long
know how
ago.
it feels. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah.
heavy.
I don't think some people consider how much the crowdfunding platforms actually take from you. I mean, it's
Right,
not
then
much.
they're
but,
going to take a percentage, right?
yeah, it's not much, but I mean, you know, when you start looking at your numbers, you're like, oh, they.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like because I'm waiting. Yeah, because like I just finished a campaign myself, and it's like, it's like the amount of money that I raised is impressive for me. But then now that I'm actually buying the stuff and having to get the books in, having to pay the printer and all of that, it's like, oh, it's actually not a lot.
And then you know, what is your time worth? Like, you know, everybody should get compensated for what they're doing here. As artists, you're going to know this just as well as I know it.
Yeah.
You're at the bottom of the pole most of the time. You're the least respective of the creative arts. You know, especially in a lot of these industries where the company's going to make most of the money. So I'm not getting rich off. We hit that 10K.
That's
trust me. It's not like, hey, I'm going to get my Ferrari. You know, it's like
exactly. Because a lot of people
who knows how much I take out of that, you know?
They just see the number and they go, you guys are getting rich off of this. And it's like, oh boy, you haven't seen my printing bill. Yeah, you haven't seen my print bill.
I wouldn't be drawing comic books. I'd go work for Disney. You know what I mean? I'd go to Atlanta and go work for one of those Adult Swim companies or something like that, or California. So no, this is my passion. This is a story I'm very proud of. It's all ages. I don't know. I think it has a positive message. I loved hearing your story about your positive message about the everybody has a talent, like hidden talent. I love that. I thought it was awesome. So this is kind of the same concept where there's a line in the first couple pages where the dad's on the roof with the daughter and he tells her it's at night when stars shine their brightest. And that's kind of the whole point of the book, is that like in adversity, in rough times, that's like when you show up. That's when, and at least in my life, that's how I've seen it to be. When you gotta get something done, you get it done usually, you know? So that's a big theme of the story.
Considering that you're both doing all ages comics, do you feel that trying to that doing an all ages comic is kind of like a harder sell, considering like what does become popular on crowdfunding?
No, I don't. The thing is, like, the crowdfunding platforms are more geared towards older audiences because they are going to be the ones browsing. But when it comes down to conventions and stuff, like Live from Cora 1, paid out of my own pocket, I made a profit within a year. Because it was, especially for all ages, so kids could read it with their parents, you know, and learn English through it. But the parents had just as fun a time. And I had, parents come back to me like, hey, when is issue 2 coming out? Like, we want more of this because this is exactly the kind of things that we want to teach our kids, or, we want to read with our kids. So
I don't even go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off.
On the crowdfunding part, yes, it's a little harder. On the other hand, it's also something that people still look for on crowdfunding.
Oops.
And then we got more.
Speaking of not all ages.
I don't know. I just think how many people love Pixar movies and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean all ages doesn't necessarily mean like silly. It's not it's not like Nick Jr. or something like that. Like it's a good story. It's just not. There's nothing that's going to take it to PG-13. You know what I mean? Like it's that's all it is. I think again, you can go read the first few pages, see if that strikes your fancy. If that sounds kiddie, don't get it.
I think that now Night Stars, you got 48 days, so you got a lot of time to catch up. And everyone who's listening, you got Indie Vote Radio listeners right now. Right now, Lola, you have 62,104 people.
Oh, very nice,
radio
very
listeners.
nice. Thank you.
Thank
We appreciate everybody.
Yeah, there is
Is there a number one country or
number one country right now is let me see. Hold on. I'm sorry. 1 second. Italy.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Italy. Listen. Now I want to tell you guys. He has decided to ship these worldwide, and I said it before last night as well. Let's make him regret that, Indie Vote listeners. Let's make him regret that worldwide shipping. Come on, Australia.
Well, that's why he has to raise so much money. Because it's like if it's not your print bill, it's the shipping. It's the postage.
Yeah, shipping diesel gets you too.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a good looking project, and I know that now the catch up tier. Which one was it? Was it the double time here, or was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't double time. It's
historic collection, I think.
Okay, all right. Let's see here.
Yeah,
the historic collection. Is that the one with both books?
Yeah, there's a few with both books. One gets a T-shirt, a couple have the books. And again, you're not just getting a book. You're getting for the $25 tier. You're getting stickers, the emojis. I mean, that's just going to be emailed to you, and then everything after that. So if you think about it, like price wise, like how much is a T-shirt when you buy it? You know, like probably like 20, 25 bucks. How much is a hardcover book? Like right around $20.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's fair pricing. And then after the higher tiers, you can get artwork and stuff like that. So
I like the emoji pack too. That's
yeah, I discovered Discord within the last year, and I love it, man. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Lola was going to say earlier about lowering your print costs. One of the sponsors of Indie Vote. Were you going to say, Lola?
Check out Mix'em. That's who I'm printing through. I'm doing an 80-page book, and I got a really good deal.
Okay. I was talking to I can't even think about it, and I lost track. But he was talking about how he's shipping to Australia and stuff stuff like that. Like they're doing some kind of deals because overseas shipping definitely is a pain. That's a whole nother animal. I wish it was easier. But, it just is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys got 48 days to go over there and make sure that this is campaign. You get a hold of this book. I do. I say a lot like that. I like the books. That's because we have so many good books on these shows. Night Stars, Teenage Time Travelers, which, I have a thing for. I was going to say I have it for teenagers, but that will come out really wrong.
I thought you were going to say you were afraid of time travelers now. I don't know about that, man.
You think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is like teenage? Everything with teenagers. Wait, no, not like that.
Yeah, Mommy, there's that man again.
Yeah. Mommy, there's that man again. He's here. He's outside.
Yeah, I'm a child of the 80s and 90s, man. So there's a lot of references and Easter eggs to pop culture in there too.
I remember the I remember the teenage tattoo teenage something from Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it was like everybody. Yeah, everybody was doing some ridiculous.
Yeah,
biker mice from Mars.
Yeah. So
I love that show.
It's time for you to take us out of here, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna show my book real quick. And
not in all ages book.
Not in all ages book.
Yeah, not at all.
Here's my awesome book, Lore. I am in demand right now. I'm at $2,225. I am way past my goal, and I'm still pushing on. So here's the trailer for it.
It all started with an invite. Then you wake up in a cage. You would never expect what happens next. Who lives? Who dies?
That looks great.
Are you ready to get lured?
Yeah, there's my awesome trailer, voice done by Mr. Randy Zimmerman with his evil laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Lore is about a couple who go to swinger parties, mainly because Chastity, one of the main characters, that is what she likes to do when she drags her husband along. Her goal is to get noticed by a guy named Blair and get invited to Lore. They finally get into Lore, but they realize that they should have never went there. We don't even know if they'll make it out. So the first 50 physical backers will get a Lola trading card. We got the fetish sticker pack. And I'm missing something. Something came off.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We
Yeah.
got a glitch. We got a glitch.
Yeah, you're the Daphne Lage print.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's, the graphic fell off.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we are.
There.
Yeah.
Everybody will get the Daphne Lage print if you're a physical backer.
But only one gets the original.
Yeah, exactly.
Nita got the original. Yes, she did. She worked hard for it. There's the cover for Lore, but if you want something more exclusive, you can get the Indiegogo exclusive Lola wraparound cover. Yes, that is me. Some people say that the cover is not. I took the cover off, but no, the cover's right there. Everyone could witness it.
Plain as day.
It's still there.
I'm still trying to see what you look like, Chastity.
I don't look like Chastity.
I'm trying to see that. I'm trying to see where you look like. Yeah.
Hold on. Oh,
It's a self-insert. I want a self-insert in Chastity. Never mind.
There's some lovely man butt. Chastity walking in on her husband with another chick. But it's not what you think. She's just mad because he's not done and Chastity is done and she wants to go home.
Now you said that you had a special for the stream only.
I do. Yeah, I'm scroll all the way up. That's my featured tier right now. So for this week only, well, as of right now, if I go on more shows, I might keep it open. The live stream special for $30, you can get a copy of Lore and Fetishes A to Z.
Sweet.
So you don't have to get the dick pic book if you don't want.
Yeah, not everybody, I guess, wants to do.
Yeah.
I don't know who
It's a
wouldn't.
very
14.
I can't imagine having
No, do not
individual-
scream out numbers. Do not.
Coming back to references.
Yeah, I can't imagine having an individual who would not want it.
So here is the key. It plays an important role in the book and is also part of my logo. But you guys can get it and have it, and it's also a bottle opener.
That I love,
which
that.
is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And
Actually.
then there is Blair's ring. You can get that too. We did unlock the holographic stickers. We are working towards the enamel pin, and I'm hoping by the time I wrap up and close the campaign fully, we will unlock the custom condom. That would be awesome.
Yes.
I can't wait to stick a pin through it and put it on a bulletin board.
Yeah.
If we get further than that, there's a patch and then there's 5 trading cards. If you guys are into t-shirts, you can get Chakra Comics t-shirt or the Lore t-shirt for $25 each. Now here's Fetishes A to Z. So each letter has a different fetish with a write-up about the fetish, and different artists did them. So you can learn about fetishes. It's very educational.
Yes, it was. I had to actually look up. She sent me the prompt list, and I actually had to look up stuff.
But here's an awesome page from it by Jason Doobie. He had the letter L for lace, and he decided to draw me. Speaking of Daphne Lage, here's her awesome piece, Z for Zentai.
And
of course,
I did not draw Lola.
Unless I turned into a horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Nay.
And the last book you can get is my awesome unsolicited book. So I get so many unsolicited pictures. I have folders full. So I took the first 28 photos along with what they told me with the photo, and I turned it into a book.
I love this. This is such a beautiful way to do it.
So yeah, that is my campaign, guys. There's a lot of tiers. Check them out. There's some original art. And yeah. But we are way past the hour mark. So,
oh yeah.
Oh, we had a lot to talk about today.
We did. It was a good panel tonight.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with, let's see. We'll start with Mr. Latte. Where can we find you?
Oh, everything. I usually put everything under Tim Lattie, Lattie, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. I'm everywhere.
Awesome. And Mike?
You can find me on Facebook as Mike Jimmy Lortia de Bruin or Various Ends. I am on Twitter at @and_ends. You can find Love and Cora 4 on Indiegogo. We got 18 days left, and there's some really nice stretch goals coming up, so be sure to check it out. And, always hit me up. I'm always in for questions. I'm always in to talk. And, yeah, just find me and see what I do.
All the Indie Volt Radio listeners, go bug them.
Flooded with messages while I sleep.
Yes. Meredith?
Hey, you guys, you can find me at linktree.com/RaginAVC. That's got all of the Ragin links as well as Nita's and my links. So make sure that you follow us all over the social media platforms. We are also managing Arrow 4.0 social media. So keep an eye out for that and follow us everywhere. Just don't peek in our windows.
I'm going to peek.
I have no windows.
I'll just open your door then. I'll open the door. Don't worry. Where can I find you, Nita?
I can be found on Twitter as C_chaos247. I can be found everywhere else on Linktree /RaginAVC, like Meredith said, and anywhere you can find her, I'm sure to follow.
This is truth.
Daphne.
Okay, so you can head over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. Thank you. And I mostly post to Facebook if you're into seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And you can, and also at EagleWorks, you can read the first 5 issues of Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, in its original black and white format. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a Lord of the Rings type adventure, you can follow the link to Tall Tales, TALSonline.com, and read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free. And if you do want to peek in my windows, I also have a link to my Fur Affinity site where you can head on over and see the uncensored House of Bob gallery, which, as I said in the beginning, I uploaded a bunch of new pictures as well. So that's being updated too. And also, don't forget to sign up for my monthly newsletter, because I am wrapping up the schedule for the rest of the year for all my crowdfunders. So I will be making an official announcement soon as to what's coming out for the end of the year. So be signed up. Yeah.
That was a question a while ago, is why don't you guys put live streams or live feeds at your workstation? Remember back in the 90s, a lot of camera girls do that. They had the constant live feeds.
Yeah.
And I think now it's just kind of weird because so many people walk around in their drawers at home.
Right. Yeah. No, I am not putting a live. I'm not putting a live feed.
Plus those live feeds, a lot of those didn't have audio.
No.
You know, you don't
Yeah,
want to
but
hear me.
sometimes there's enough visual for it's like,
And then
no.
one time you forget the camera's there and you cut yourself or something, and the whole world blows up.
Yeah.
Is it my turn to say bye-bye?
I was going to see if Randy was there.
Randy, are you there?
I am here.
Where can we find you, sir?
I haven't been here the whole show though, so hey, no, just kidding. Hey everybody, I'm Randy Zimmerman. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me especially around Arrow Comics 4.0. That Nita and Meredith are doing an awesome job putting us up on social media. Look for us over there on Linktree. Look for the YouTube channel where there will be new content coming hopefully soon, and you can look for Varian and myself back here tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
On the Breakfast Buzz at 9 a.m. and maybe Daphne also. Yeah. We could. We'll see who can show up.
Who's awake?
Who's awake? And then you can also find me Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for the Sunday Funnies, where we try to talk about the more lighthearted and whimsical side of funny books. So hopefully we'll see you there. And I just want to say we deeply appreciate and love all of our radio audience out there. Thank you so much.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Big Bongo, it's your turn.
Yeah, you guys can find me KYD_V on Twitter. Varian Grab pretty much everywhere else. I'm very busy with Liberty Entertainment Distribution right now. Doing a lot for that. LEDG.us if you want to get your independent comic in the stores across the country. And we could do that for you. Liberty doesn't take any fees from creators at all. And you set your own pricing. How do we do that? Because we're the best. That's how. As for me, I'm making a special appearance at 1300 Bobien this weekend. 1300 Bobien, Detroit, Michigan. Check it out. Making a special appearance. That's a police station. And it's the Detroit Police Station. I'll make a special appearance there. I'll be signing autographs and, doing all that for my fans.
Oh, you're Big Bongo. We got a special room for you.
Clown.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic. Yeah, that's it for me. Be back here with Randy tomorrow morning, God willing, and yeah, that's it.
We do also want to point out that there is a special edition of Special Issues coming up on Sunday night at 9 p.m.
Ooh.
You do not want to miss Special Issues, 9 p.m. on the Indie Volt Radio Network, entitled Unearthing Terraform.
Uh-oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Where there will be, it's going to be a very informational show. We invite everyone to listen in.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
No,
It's not all your fault.
It's all my fault.
There are 9 people at fault.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. I keep forgetting. I need to put that above my computer. Hey, you got something to do 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Sunday night.
I thought you owned the 9s, Varian.
We do.
Yeah, not on Sunday though. Not on Sunday. But now I'm looking forward to it now. So 9 p.m.
It's going to be a very special show, very informative.
And
So
also-
even if you're not familiar with Terraform, you'll want to listen in because it's some really good lessons to be learned about the comics industry.
We make mistakes, so you don't have to.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right. Nailed it.
Okay.
Don't forget about the Indie Vote Award show that's coming up very fast. September 18th.
That's true, yeah.
Get your books in now so they can get reviewed and hopefully you win.
Yeah, we got a lot of different categories: best comic, best writer, best artist. A lot of categories there for you to choose from to submit your comic to. Check out indievoteawards.com for the entry form and to get your comic in for consideration. That's it for me, though. I'm out of here.
And there is a fee, but the fees go to charity. We are donating the fees to Autism Speaks.
That's it for me. I'm gone. That's it.
Okay.
Hail hoes.
And you guys can find me. Go to Indie_Princess. You can find my links there and catch me Saturday for my own show, not related to Indie Vote, Backer Shots, where we take shots to get back to you guys.
And look for Varian coming soon at bigbongo.com.
Please don't. Please don't look at bigbongo.com. We don't know what it is.
Sounds. Yeah, it sounds.
It sounds like a virus.
Sounds sus. Yeah, it sounds sus.
And that is it for Geekgasm. We will see you guys later.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.